What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night Q&A Hangout. You know, the win against the Falcons wasn't the prettiest, but a win is a win. And the Chiefs got the dub, 3-0, heading into Week 4 against the good old Chargers. And I think the stream's working. I feel like my streams have been delayed to start, and I honestly can't figure out why. It still looks like a black screen here. If you rewatch it, I'm not going to just be sitting here talking. But it's like definitely delayed. Anyway, hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We can definitely talk some Chargers. We can definitely talk some Chiefs. Yeah, it seems like I just popped up on the screen even though I've been talking for 30 seconds, which is so odd. I'm not sure why it's doing that on every single live stream, but we here. I feel good about the Chiefs and Chargers game just because the Chargers are extremely banged up, and I would love to get your guys' thoughts on the game this Sunday. There's several injuries. Joe Alt, their right tackle, first-round pick, he has an MCL sprain on his knee. Rashawn Slater has a pec issue. I believe that's the other tackle. That's the left tackle. So you've got two tackles out, probably not playing in this game Sunday. Maybe Slater plays. I don't know. What else? You've got, I wrote it down, but you've got Bosa dealing with a hip issue. You then have Derwin James. He's suspended for a game for a hit to the head that he made in last week's game against the Steelers. So those are a couple. I know I'm missing one. Justin Herbert is the big one. I don't know how I forgot that with the ankle. So you've got Justin Herbert, Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, Joey Bosa, and then Derwin James is suspended. With all that being said, my score prediction is probably going to be a 3-point game down to the wire. Chiefs barely win it. Why? Because that's what they do. I wish that's not what they did. I was telling somebody recently that I just want the Chiefs just to win a game by 2 scores. Just soon, just so we can kind of enjoy and relax. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe that'll happen here soon. I'm going to pop out chat to this other window, and then would love to see how you guys are doing. All right, viewer activity, stream's healthy. We're good to go. Daniel, thanks so much for the gifted, man. Let's go. What's up, Aaron? Arian, maybe? I'm good. I'm pretty good. Tired a little, but I mean, no real complaints. Achilles, how are you, man? Reform Troll in the house? Dude, Reform Troll, he said, shout out to Reform Troll for behaving all offseason. Bro, I think of you from time to time, and it definitely helps my stress levels that you're chilling over there, man, because you were getting me pretty good on like every stream, or I was in like with guest streams and all kinds of stuff. You were relentless, man. But hey, thank you for your reformation. Let's go. Jabin with the 5. When the Chiefs play the Browns, I hope Kareem Hunt goes off and Kadarius Toney has 5 dropped passes. I don't wish anything upon Kadarius Toney. I mean, he just didn't make it with the Chiefs, man. He's on the practice squad, right? I don't even think he's on the roster. We'll see if he plays. Do the Chiefs even play the Browns this season? When is that? I don't even think. I mean, maybe they do, and I just forgot. Let me see what we got going on. Let's look at these games. I don't think they might play the Browns, to be honest. We play the Chargers at 3:30 this Sunday. Then Monday Night Football against the Saints. You've got the 49ers, the Raiders, the Bucks, the Broncos, the Bills, you play the Browns December 15th. All right, fair enough. So you want to see Kadarius Toney get called up and have 5 drop passes, and then you want to see Kareem Hunt go off against his old team. I mean, I would take it and welcome it. Speaking of Kareem Hunt, if you guys didn't see today, he did get signed to the Chiefs 53-man roster. So Kareem Hunt is officially on the 53. They waived Keontae Ingram. I'm assuming he clears waivers and Ingram ends up back on the practice squad. But it seems like to some extent Kareem Hunt will play this Sunday against the Chargers, or he will at least have a pretty good possibility of dressing out. He hasn't been here long, so he could be inactive. But if they're going to sign him to the roster, they had a roster spot available. Even with waiving Keontae Ingram, they have 52 out of 53 on the roster, so you've got one spot still. I think Hunt gets some playing time this Sunday. I think Andy Reid and a couple people, if not Andy Reid, some of the assistant coaches speak tomorrow, and we'll probably get some clarity then. Very intrigued to see it. But yeah, you're going to have a very banged up Chargers team against a Chiefs team that we need to see the injury report, but hopefully are getting by with minimal injuries. I need to keep tabs on a couple different players. Rashee Rice, who was banged up in that game. Remember, he was on the ground for a period of time. And then Nick Bolton dealing with something to do with his lower back. Those are two to watch on the defensive side, or one on the defensive side, one on the offensive side, two starters. For the Chiefs, I think Mahomes' knee is fine. He slid down awkwardly at the end of the game and hopped up, shaking out his left knee kind of awkwardly. He just got caught on the turf when he was trying to kneel it out. I think he's fine. But yeah, a banged up Chargers team against a Chiefs team that's relatively healthy outside of the obvious Hollywood Brown on IR, Pacheco on IR. I do think the loss of Hollywood Brown, I would love to get your guys' thoughts on this. I think the loss of Hollywood Brown, it really has hurt the Chiefs offense more. I don't want to say more than expected, because you never really knew what Hollywood was going to be like in the Chiefs offense, considering he got hurt literally on the first play. But if you're going off of the offseason reports, OTAs, training camp, I mean, he was building a fantastic rapport with Mahomes and was going to be used all over the field. Shallow, intermediate, deep down the field, 4.27 40 guy. And he got hurt first play of preseason. I do think that is affecting the Chiefs offense more than we would like it to at this point in time. It's kind of like a potential what if scenario, because we don't know how they would have done with Hollywood. But you're talking about losing arguably one of your top offensive playmakers in Hollywood before the season started. Then Pacheco would be your next guy, and you lose him too. So I don't think the Chiefs are in danger or anything like that. They're 3-0. They've been able to win these games. They've been close. They've been kind of stressful, but they are middle of the pack offensively. And as far as explosive plays go, that's a run 10 or more yards or a pass for 20 or more yards. The Chiefs are 31st out of 32 teams, and the Bears are the only ones worse at 32nd. It's not the end of the world, but you're just not seeing the rapport there with Worthy on a deep ball. You're not seeing it quite the same connection with Mahomes and Travis Kelce yet. I think that should change. And then Mahomes has kind of been, he's kind of been off. He's kind of been missing his throws, kind of slipping on his fundamentals. That's per him. That's per himself at post-game presser. Then if you watch the game film, I think the turf got him a couple times on his throws with his throwing motion and his footwork. And Mahomes has been off a little bit too. And I think he's been shook up a little bit by the week 2 game. Trey Hendrickson, left tackle issues. So there's a combination of stuff kind of going on. Chiefs are middle of the pack in basically every offensive metric right now. Running the ball, passing the ball, red zone, they're 20th. So the Chiefs, I think, can still go up as far as offensive production is concerned, especially if they do better in the red zone. I know I'm kind of rambling, but then I'll get to more questions. I'm just kind of giving my thoughts on where the Chiefs are outside of week 3, heading into week 4. I think they can increase their production, their offensive output, especially if they're scoring in the red zone. Who cares, to be honest, guys? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but who cares if the Chiefs aren't doing a ton of 10-plus yard runs and 20-plus yard passes if they're getting the ball down the field error-free, turnover-free, and can score in the end zone? Does it really matter if they take 15 to 20 plays to do it if they score a touchdown? To me, it doesn't. The defense gets to rest. It puts a little bit more pressure on the offense to play clean ball, because the more plays you have offensively, the more chances there are of stuff happening. But I don't really care if they don't have explosive plays or as many explosive plays as some other teams, as long as they're putting 7 on the board whenever possible as opposed to 3. There's a little bit of my rant. Daniel, thanks again for the gifted. Jabin with the 5. Cat Servant with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, man. Kitty with the 24 months. Keep up the good work, Cole. Going to be a great year. Heck yeah, man. Let's go. Witchy with the 3 months. Thank you, Cole, an HBTC fan, for a great offseason. Loved getting to know y'all. Heck yeah, Witchy. So glad you're here. John with the 5. Let's go. Hunt 60 yards and 1 touchdown. You're saying this weekend against the Chargers? Hey, dude, I would welcome it. The Chargers actually have a pretty good defense, but you're missing a couple players already. I don't know if Bosa plays, and then you don't have Derwin James. But I think the Chargers' scoring defense is top 3, if not top 2. Let me see if I can. Find that. and I'll pull it up. But I think they are. I think they are the second best scoring defense right now in the NFL. If I go to defensive leaders, I'll share the screen. Whoa, looks kind of wild. If we go to points per game, they're third. They were second heading into week 3, but they're now third. The Chargers are allowing just 11 points per game. The Vikings are allowing an average of 10, and the Steelers 8.7. Now, here's the thing. You see that, right? You're like, okay, they're allowing 11 points per game. That is basically elite, right? I mean, it kind of is from a number standpoint, but who did they play? It's like, okay, well, who? Well, they beat the Raiders. Big freaking deal, right? The Raiders are, what are the Raiders on our power rankings right now? They did beat, they had an impressive win recently against, who did they just beat? It was a surprising win. No, they just got stomped by the Panthers. No, they just got stomped by the Panthers. So they're in the bottom 20s on my power ranking right now. But here's the thing. The Chargers played against the Raiders, the Panthers, and the Steelers. I mean, this is arguably 3 worst scoring offenses in the NFL, if not bottom of the barrel. So, yeah, the Chargers have been doing good on from a defensive perspective, but I'm not going to read too much into them only allowing 11 points per game based on the 3 teams that they've played this year. It's still much respect to the Chargers. I just think the Chiefs offense has an opportunity to definitely get some points on the board, even though for whatever reason I'm expecting it to still be a very close game. But hey, if Kareem Hunt wants to get involved, John, let's go. Let's see, as far as rushing yards allowed per game, the Chargers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th in the NFL. They're averaging 91.7 yards allowed per game. Austin with the 6 months. Let's go, dude. Is it possible we see Steele, running back 1, and Hunt, running back 2, as a duo? And score prediction for this is going to be 28-24 KC. Of course, it's just going to be a 4-point game, stressful down to the wire, huh? Yeah, I'll be curious to see how much they work in Kareem Hunt. He hasn't been here in 5 years. So he knows elements of the offense, but there's a lot that has changed in 5 years. So we'll see. If he suits up, he's going to see some reps, or he's going to be a use in case of emergency guy like Keontae Ingram was, who was signed to the active roster but didn't get any playing time because it was a combo of Steele and Pirine basically all game. Now, if Hunt works in, great. I guess I'm just going to not expect a ton. And if he does get a bunch of reps for some reason, I'll just be glad or grateful. Low expectations, but if he exceeds them, then fine by me. Barry with the 10 bombs had been out for a minute. I met Xavier Worthy, great kid. Let's go, Barry. Yeah, so good to see you, man. You're one of the OGs. I mean, you've got the red beard badge with the red border. That's the 2-year badge. So you are definitely one of the OGs, man, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yeah, Xavier Worthy seems like a great kid. It's weird that I can say kid because I feel like a kid. Will we go undefeated? I mean, I don't think so. Carson Steele should bring his pet crocodile to the games. Hunt takes over Pirine role. I mean, I guess you could use Kareem as a 3rd down back, but I really think he would be more the 1st and 2nd down guy, kind of bearing some of the workload there, and Pirine stays as the 3rd down guy, but who knows, man? Who knows what they're going to do? Cole, do you have a heart attack coffee brew? I do not have a heart attack coffee brew, unless you want to say the HBTC blend stands for higher blood pressure something. We could rename it. Half the Chargers team can be out and we will win by 3. That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah. I'm kind of going up to see because I kind of had some long-winded answers. Bosa and Herbert are the only worries. I mean, are the only worries in the sense of from injuries? I mean, them potentially not having their starting right and left tackle is a pretty big deal too. If you don't have Herbert as well, I mean, you've got Heineke playing with backup tackles. It's not great. Jolene said, if you answer my question, I'll give you... it's okay. No worries. Do you know what happened to Isaiah Pacheco by their bicycle? Why wasn't he at the last game? Well, he's on injured reserve. He broke his fibula and had surgery. So he's not going to be around for a little while. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco broke his fibula last game, 2 games ago, and had surgery. Successful surgery, should be back within 6 to 8 weeks. You disagree completely? Chargers have a lot of key players out. Chiefs are going to smash them. I'm totally fine with that, Nuggie. 44-17. I mean, can the Chiefs just have a game where they don't win by 1 score? I would love to just kind of relax during a game with you guys. That happened last year. I think it was against the Bears. Hunt is not the same as he was 5 years ago. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Steve said, Cole runs our team podcast and always has to think who we play. I only have to think of who we play down the road. I basically live my life a quarter mile at a time, aka 1 week at a time. I know who we're playing next, and then I know we're playing Monday Night Football the week after that. But I pretty much just lock in. I just lock in on the opponent at hand. So I've been studying Chargers stuff today, rewatched some of their game, looked at a lot of their offseason moves, their coaching changes, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't look too far ahead on the schedule, just kind of a 1 week at a time. Yep, Monday Night Football against the Saints, Derek Carr. That's going to be an interesting one. Definitely. I mean, the Saints looked human last week. They barely beat, I think they barely lost to the Eagles, right? Wasn't it that game? I think it was to the Eagles. They lost by like just a few points. Yeah, they lost 15-12. How well do you think Hunt will do? I have a crazy feeling he's going to ball out to show he should have stayed. What's up, Britt? Thanks so much for the question, man. I don't know. I'm not going to put a lot of expectations on him because he just got here. He's been here for like a week. But the running back position is one, in theory, that you can get away with having somebody back there as long as he's just kind of up on the playbook and the scheme for that week. They might feed him more early with the 15-play script. We'll see if he's going to play, but it'd be stuff that's more premeditated. If not, they're going to have to get in the huddle, and Mahomes is going to be like, look, dude, if we switch in the huddle, you've got to be doing this instead. He might have to be doing some of that. But I'm rooting for Hunt, man. I don't know what to expect, but always going to root for a comeback story, based on everything that happened, kind of a full circle moment for him. And if it's this week he sees a lot of reps, or in a couple weeks, whenever that is, I hope he balls out. But I don't know what to expect of his first start. If he's on underdog, I'm going to be extremely nervous to really touch the running back room because I just have no idea what they're going to do. Is Hunt going to exceed expectations and get a bunch of carries, or is it still going to kind of be Carson Steele? It was easy last week with underdog. We went with the higher on his 11 carries, and he had 17 for Steele. Yo, Sean, thanks so much for the 5 gifted, bro. Thank you, man. Ready for this 3-point win on Sunday? Dez, please no. Not 3. Does it have to be 3? As KC's offense goes, I really do wish things would get better on the passing game. Mahomes needs to clean up some of his passing game. What are your thoughts on this? Yeah, what's up, Austin? Thanks for the 5. I did speak on this a little bit earlier, but Mahomes has just been a little sloppy on his fundamentals. I think he's been shook up a little bit by the left tackle play. I think that did kind of mess with him after week 2, and that definitely affected his output week 2. And then when you think about the first team, well, their game plan for, not the Ravens, but for the Bengals, their game plan was to run the ball down their throat based on the beat-up interior D-line that the Bengals had, and that's what they did. So I'm not going to read like a ton into the stats and stuff from teams after 3 weeks. But yeah, the Chiefs are mediocre on offense right now, but they're still averaging over 22, 23 points per game. And like Chiefs defense is still doing pretty well. Like I haven't looked at it since this last game, but let me see where the Chiefs are. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs are in the upper, let me see, they're first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. They're 8th right now in scoring offense. They average 25 points per game. So, I mean, that's not horrible. It's not horrible at all. Last year, they were definitely averaging lower than that. So, yeah, I just, the biggest thing for me is, can you score 7 in the red zone instead of 3? Can you do that? Because you are now 21st in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage. If you can work on that, you're going to average even more points. And there's just a couple plays here or there that if you can get it back, You can eliminate a turnover here, like Mahomes' turnover in the end zone, or a bigger play happens based on a little bit better of a throw or a little bit better of a connection. The Chiefs are going to be moving a lot more effectively. Xander with the 5. What's up, dude? Our only game on the schedule where I could legitimately see us winning by multiple scores is against the Panthers. Otherwise, it'll be a heart attack game. And the Panthers played really well last week. They looked pretty good with Andy Dalton. So who freaking knows, dude? To be honest with you, appreciate the 5. Sean with the 20 bomb. Let's go, dude. 2 weeks out, brother. Brandon and I are going to live it up. Oh, heck yeah. You got Sean and Brand coming to KC. Let's go, man. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to hanging out with you guys. When will Hollywood be back at best? So best case scenario, like Christmas, somewhere around there, which is like week 17, week 18. Worst case, he's out for the season, or maybe he's back by the playoffs. He was kind of, I think, sharing in a recent live stream, I believe, that he could very well potentially be back for the playoffs. You think if the Chiefs have the first round bye, you're playing mid-January, so maybe he's back by then. Let's see, just passed to Wanye Morris at the goal line. Well, that definitely worked. You had an uncle pass away today? Dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. Loss is never fun or easy. We had somebody else in chat yesterday. They were talking about they just lost their father. So it was Time Traveler. Lou Anarumo is the one who we might need to be fired. Hey, please get fired, Lou. Please. Yeah, Bengals fans are not happy. If you guys saw the games last night, the Bills beat the brakes off the Jags. Josh Allen put up 4 touchdowns in the first half. It was a great performance by the Bills. The Jags are not great. They're one of the worst teams on my power rankings, but still, the Bills look good. And then the Bengals got beat by the Commanders. Dude, Jaden Daniels, dude, he looked great. He had a great game. 91% completion percentage, multiple touchdowns. It was like 3 or 4 touchdowns. Like he looked fantastic. And honestly, like the Bengals on offense look good, but their defense was giving up everything. The Bills slaughtered the poor Jags. Very true. Somebody said Dalton was a forgettable QB talent, showed up and played great. Dude, yeah, he looked good. He did look good. Over 300 yards. Ooh, Britt, that looks good, man. He showed me he's remodeling his kitchen. Did you see Josh Allen's subtle diss to Diggs about him being happy? No player on his team cares about stats. I did not. When was that? Like post game or something? I didn't see that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of 2 Monday Night Football games. Are you guys? I kind of just like one game that I can kind of lock in on when it comes to primetime games, at least. No Names Gaming, Kareem Hunt to the active roster. Yes, sir. He is on the 53 that officially happened today. Day has been pretty good, man. We're working on a Chiefs bid ad for tomorrow's video. I'm beginning to study some Chiefs Chargers stuff. We dropped the video today on Cole Breaks the Huddle, kind of an NFL most surprising moments of week 3 video. We've got power rankings video coming out tomorrow as well. Got a lot of stuff going and yeah, it was a great day. How was your day? You got to let me know. 0-3 sucks, but the Bungles wear it well. Hey man, it's very fitting. They're the team to beat in the AFC, but I think Jamar Chase was being literal by saying we are the team to beat when you play us, meaning you play, you get a free dub. We need Kylie to bet more cartwheels. We need to have her back on a stream. We definitely do. How much fun has it been watching Bengals fans eat their own? Yeah, I mean, last night was fun. Because you're not blaming the refs on that one. You're blaming a piss-poor performance by your defense. Now, I guess maybe there could have been a flag on that 2-point conversion for pass interference, even though, yeah, I don't know. I've seen worse not flagged, but I've also seen a little bit softer play happen, and it gets called. But that, if they flag that, they redo the 2-point conversion, it's then a 3-point game. I don't know that it changes the outcome, to be honest, but maybe they have a legitimate gripe on that one call, but dude, you got outplayed. Can you update Worthy's status? What's up, Casey? Worthy's status in what regard? Can you clarify for me? I mean, he is dealing with a quad issue. He was on the injury report last week, but was a full participant. As far as his status, you're saying status? I think he's healthy, but we won't really know until tomorrow when we see the injury report pop up. Rice is the one I'm a little bit more concerned about. He was the one pretty shook up on a play, and I'll be more curious to see about him. But the Chiefs hide injuries really well. Sunday after the game, Andy Reid says, I haven't got a chance to talk with them. I'll let you know tomorrow. I mean, he kind of gives injury updates if it's bad, but he's still vague about it, right? He basically, his injury update this week was, everybody that left the game came back in. And then Monday, he's like, I haven't had a chance to talk with the guys yet. I don't really have any injury updates. So we'll see tomorrow. Britt Lyons with the 100 bomb. Dude, I hope Travis starts to cook. Now people know Rice, so they will start to double him. Yeah, I think Kelsey will start heating up a little bit because Rice is second in receiving yards, first in receptions, and first in yards after the catch out of every receiver in the NFL. Rashee Rice is legit one of the top fantasy wide receivers as well. So defenses they can't just double Kelsey anymore. I think it's going to open Kelsey up a little bit for sure. He has had a slow start to the season. We all acknowledge that. He's only had 69, I think, yards. And I'm not trying to just troll because that's my favorite number. I think he's had 69 or so yards through 3 games. It's not a lot, but yeah, I hope so, Britt. Thanks so much for the 100 bomb, man. Holy smokes. I need a green name so Cole notices me. What's up, Johnny? I don't specifically look for members. That's why we have a members only stream. But I just try to read comments as I see them. Hi, Cole. Kylie did cartwheels on Instagram. Yeah, she did a couple, but somebody said they want more wins, so she does even more. I think she does them after every Chiefs dub. Let's go. Thanks so much for the 2 bomb. Justin Herbert has a high ankle sprain. Yeah, he played and then he tweaked it again and got pulled in the third quarter. And he's on a walking boot this week. Peterson with the 5. Who saw Rice coming? Probably you. You did his rookie year. Dude, all offseason long, Rice's rookie year, Sean Peterson said, Rice is going to ball. Rice is going to ball. He's going to ball. Cincinnati Bengals fan back in chat said the Bengals are not better than the Chiefs, and I saw this coming from a Bengals fan. The Bengals are way cocky and always talking but never backing anything up. I wish the Bengals would learn how to shut up. Hey, man, that's probably the best policy. Even the Chiefs, back-to-back Super Bowl champs, Rashee Rice was asked about it, I believe. Wasn't it Rice? And he just said, we're locked in. We let our play do the talking on the field. That's it. I mean, you want to talk about something funny. Shannon Sharp said today on First Take, ESPN, you can't talk your way into a victory, but you can talk your way into an ass whooping. And he said, and that's exactly what happened to the Bengals. They need to quit talking. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was perfect. Trent Green with the membership. Let's go, dude. Appreciate you. Chiefs legend. What will be our first loss? I mean, I'd prefer undefeated season, Super Bowl win. But who knows? I mean, the Chiefs could have lost any of these games. It just comes down to a play here, a play there. Who's able to take advantage and execute in crucial situations, and who doesn't choke under pressure. Because here's something that a lot of people don't think about. They're always saying, "Oh, the Chiefs get bailed out by the refs late in games." Well, it's also a self-discipline issue of these other teams in these high-pressure situations. They crack, they break under pressure, they commit fouls, they commit penalties, and they get flagged for it. You're going up against the Chiefs. It's their Super Bowl. Teams crack under pressure, and the Chiefs make them pay for it. There's lots of teams that get flags thrown their way, and they don't make you pay for it. The Kansas City Chiefs do. So who knows what game the Chiefs will end up losing. I do have them winning 13 or 14 games, but they could have lost any of the 3 that they just played. I mean, if not for one play here or one play there, now one more positive play here or there in these games, the Chiefs win by 2 scores. Not 3 points, not 1 point. So, yeah, it's always down to a couple of plays. Race fan with the 16 months. I hope Worthy has the same football IQ as Rice and gets better in the later games this season. Yeah, I actually think I don't want to compare him to Rice because I don't know how exactly he's going to pan out his rookie year, talking about Worthy, but he's only going to get better. I mean, they're basically forced to use him and I think rely on him even more, even though his production hasn't been insane. But I think Hollywood Brown really affected that, and they're like throwing him out there and like, all right, bro, like growing pains are right now. You got to go. And he'll get better. He'll get better for sure. Because there's like some throws that Mahomes targeted him, and it's like, well, you probably underthrew that a bit, talking about Mahomes. Depending on the play we're talking about, whether it's a Cam Taylor-Britt INT or even the almost near INT in the end zone, Mike Hughes earlier in the Falcons game. But there's also, you could see that play, and it's like, well, Worthy could big boy and body his way up for the ball a little bit better, like kind of fight for it. Maybe even against Cam Taylor-Britt draws a flag, a PI flag. But that stuff he's just going to have to learn. And there's going to be growing pains. He's a smaller-bodied guy, and he's just going to have to go through the pains, man. Yo, Austin Myers with the 20 bomb. As for first-year fan of KC, I'm glad to be a part of the fan base. Heck yeah, dude. As I switch teams from last year's Chargers to this, oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember talking to you. Heck yeah, bro. Still get a bit of hate for it, but not as much than before. Environment's on a different level. Environment's on a way different level. I mean, Chargers fans aren't going to like that you switched up. And I actually don't mind the Chargers, but they are off-season champs every year, and then they kind of piss it away due to injuries. That's already happening with them. I hope they're able to right the ship just from an injury perspective. I just don't like seeing injuries happen with any team, but it has been unfortunate for them year in and year out. I do like Herbert. I think J.K. Dobbins is balling out. Like, you want to talk about running backs. J.K. Dobbins leads the league in like his yards per carry. It's like 7.4 yards per carry. Leads the NFL, and he's like third in rushing yards. But he has like half the attempts of the two leaders, which I think one is Jordan Mason, and I can't remember who's number one. Jordan Mason was 2. But dude, when you see J.K. Dobbins third, and he's had like half the carries that first and second has, but it's not that much less. Like J.K. Dobbins, he's balling out, man. So they've got good pieces. I like Harbaugh as a coach. I like the environment and the culture. They're kind of shifting things around over there. I don't want them to win. I don't anticipate them winning the West. But out of all the teams in the AFC West, I probably have I think the most respect for the Chargers out of the guys. Like the Raiders, I just like to troll and dunk on them, and the Broncos are the Broncos. Herbert injury update. He's hurt. Yeah, there's not like a big update. Harbaugh spoke today and said, we'll see. Basically with all these injuries. He thinks it's just a re-aggravation of his ankle sprain, and we will see. But he's been in a walking boot. He has been in a walking boot. Bino with the 12 months. My dude Cole. I saw Kylie in Quick Trip a while back and thought I was about to shoot my shot like Kobe. Then saw she had a husband. Oh, no. So sorry, bro. Yeah, she's been married for a couple years now. Yeah, that's so funny, though, man. Sorry, man. You couldn't shoot your shot. About time said I'm born and raised in KCMO. Who's up for a nice reunion at Churches on Independence Ave in Chelsea? Can take a leisurely stroll down the Ave, then maybe walk around Bud Park. There you go. Church's chicken is the shiznit. Cole, Bo Nix could be good, just needs time. Yeah, I mean, he had a decent game last week. The Broncos upset. Who did the Broncos upset? They beat him pretty badly. The Bucks? Yeah, I didn't have that on my bucket list. I did not have that on my bucket list. If I go to NFL Week 3 scores, look at these. Yeah, so the Commanders beating the Bengals, I probably wouldn't have picked them to win. I would have went with the Bengals. I would have had the Bills beating the Jags, and the Bills did. They beat them 47-10. Chiefs beat the Falcons. Hey, I called a score of 24-17. I was close. Close, but no cigar. Ravens beat the Cowboys. That's who I would have picked, but dude, they barely held on to that win. They were up 28-6 in the fourth quarter and almost blew it. Who else? Where are we at? Week 3? Where are we going here? This looks funny now. It's like backwards. Yeah, the Broncos beat the brakes off the Bucs, man. Packers beat the Titans, which I expected that. Will Levis has been pretty disappointing. The Vikings are surging, guys. I mean, they made the Texans look like a peewee football team. The Giants beat the Browns. I liked that. I don't like the Browns at all. The Bears and Colts game was kind of a mess, but I didn't mind it. It was fun, even though it was like a lot of mistakes in that game. The Dolphins are in trouble, man. They got their third string quarterback in because Skylar Thompson has a chest injury. He's day-to-day. Yeah, the Panthers upset the Raiders. That was insane. The Lions and Cardinals game, that was pretty fun. The Rams upsetting the 49ers was crazy. If you watch that game, that was a good one. That was a good game. Xander with another 5. Can't wait to finally see Kareem Hunt out on the field on Sunday. I hope he balls out. Me too, man. Me too. I don't know how many snaps he's actually going to get, but rooting for him. Which Chiefs weapon do you think will have the best day against the Chargers? We got Kelsey, Rice, Worthy, and Hunt. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Yo, what happened to McKinnon? Said Cordy. He's still a free agent. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't been brought back. So much is going on, to be honest. Kelsey has less targets. Mahomes missing wide open receivers. I don't know if our offense is good or bad, but we're 3-0 and these games could have gone differently. Take out mistakes. Yeah, for sure. I think you still got room to grow. I think, was it Nick Wright saying that what's crazy is the Chiefs aren't even playing anywhere near their best football and they're beating out some good teams. Like the Ravens are a good team. I know their record's not the best. Like the Bengals aren't a horrible team. I know they're not playing their best. They're 0-3. But like those are hard-fought games. The Falcons game wasn't easy either. Any risk on John Gruden leaking any info? Been at different camps this year? Nah, I don't think so. Now, he was there for about 5 days, though. Yeah, John Gruden was. I doubt he leaks anything insane. I don't see how. When's the Zoom call? Hey, good reminder. I think we're going to aim for Thursday. Last year we did the members-only Zoom calls on Thursdays during Thursday Night Football. So the 26th, mark your calendars. We're probably going to do the members-only Zoom call this Thursday and watch some Thursday Night Football. And we might go back-to-back. I might do the members-only live stream and merch/signed merch giveaway Thursday. And then we'll go straight into the Zoom call for Thursday Night Football. So yeah, thanks for the reminder on that. Stay tuned. The Chiefs defense is playing pretty good. Yeah. I mean, if we go to defensive rankings and we kind of glance, like their Chiefs are giving up 20.7 points per game. It's not horrible. It's more middle of the pack. As far as like yards per game, they are giving up definitely more yards than you would love to see. They're giving up quite a bit of passing yards per game, almost last in the NFL. A lot of those are to tight ends. They have done a better job, though, against the run. 113.7 yards per game. That's a little bit inflated because they played against the Ravens and Lamar Jackson ran for like 100 yards himself. Yeah, I mean, Chiefs, I don't think they're playing their best football on either side, and they've got room to improve, and they will. And I think that's great. They haven't peaked week 3. Darrell with the 2. I fear if Kelsey doesn't ball, Rice will get hurt. I mean, Rice is already dealing with something. So I hope it's just minor. But yeah, he's already banged up. Hopefully he's all right. Are you still doing Friday night live streams? So I haven't done them in a few weeks. It's been pretty hard during the season. We're running 2 channels now. Alex is still in training, so our edits are taking longer into the evenings. It's not a knock to anybody, but it's just the growing pains of hiring somebody new and kind of onboarding them, bringing them up to speed. So I have been not doing Friday night Q&As so I can see my family a little bit. Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday is games, NFL day. So haven't been doing it. I don't want to say I'm not doing any more Friday live streams during the season, but we might not see nearly as many. Can you please tell my hubby happy birthday? Yo, happy birthday. I don't have his name, but Mr. Bimis. Let's go. Happy freaking birthday, dude. Have a tank 7 for me if you drink. Red zone? Yeah. When you say red zone, are you asking how the Chiefs defense is in the red zone? I would have to look it up. It was like kind of middle of the pack. Let me see if I can find it real quick. The Chiefs defense has allowed a touchdown 41% of the time in the red zone, so it's 13th in the league. So it's like middle of the pack-ish. It's slightly above average. Yeah, slightly above average. I think you're asking about the Chiefs' defense. You're sure Snead wishes he was back in KC? I mean, probably. But hey, here's the thing. Like, he wanted to be back in KC. He said he was hurt when he left. They didn't offer him a deal. He wanted to stay. But he's happy to be with Tennessee now. Got a bag. Hope the storm doesn't knock my power out on Thursday. There's a storm? Oh, you don't live in KC, Andy. Okay, you freaked me out for a second. Dude, stay safe out there, and I hope it doesn't knock out your power because we need you. Kyle said, thanks for the heads up. I won't miss it this time around. Don't worry. Good. You haven't made it in the last two, man. You little slacker. I'm just playing. So editor Alex is basically McCole Hardman. What? The new guy? Well, he's the new guy. McCole Hardman is not the new guy. Are Swifties still around this year? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Some are upset about Kelsey not getting targets. But yeah, they're still around. Is Herbert playing? We don't know yet, Daniel. We really won't know probably till this week, like later this week. But I'm not gonna lie, dude. If you don't have your starting left tackle or your starting right tackle in this game, so if you don't have Rashawn Slater or Joe Alt in this game, you have Herbert who's banged up with the ankle. It's not right. He needs time to heal. It's a conundrum for the Chargers because here's why. You just fell one behind the Chiefs because you lost last week to the Steelers. So you're 2-1. The Chiefs are 3-0. You really want to win this game because then you're both 3-1 and you have a division lead over the Chiefs. You then go into your bye week. The Chargers have a week 5 bye, I think. It's pretty early. You go into the bye week and have an opportunity to heal up. Well, the problem is an ankle needs time to heal. So in a perfect world, Herbert doesn't play this week and rests the bye week. And hopefully he's like good enough to go and kind of finish out the season. But yeah, they're in a pickle because you want to win this game pretty badly. So I would imagine he plays if he can. Yo, what's up, Pyramid? Thanks for the kind words, man. Much love, bro. Appreciate all the great content, Cole, said Falcon. Y'all should sub to Cole Breaks the Huddle now if you haven't already. Let's support our guy. Thanks so much, Falcon. We crossed over 10,000 subs on Cole Breaks the Huddle. That's my other YouTube channel where we cover NFL-wide news. So big picture NFL, other teams, interesting stats from around the league. I do my power rankings on that one, some game recaps. It's still fun, like it's new. We're just testing things. We've had a couple videos kind of break out, but I'm not anticipating it. We just make content. Troy really likes covering the NFL, so he's been helping me with that one. And Alex has been, the new editor we hired, has been helping me with more of the Chiefs stuff. Yeah, Josh Allen looks good. Josh Allen with eyeball emojis. Yeah, he looks pretty good, man. MVP favorite right now, if you can have one, week 3. I think it's a little too early for all that. But yeah, he's playing really good football. You like the new channel? Thank you, Adaster. Appreciate that. Most impressive player on the Chiefs defense so far. I don't know if I have like an overall one. I mean, maybe Chamari Connor is a guy you could say when he's got a couple turnovers. One was a scoop and score. He picked off Cousins. He had a couple clutch sacks, one in particular against the Bengals. I will say that Nick Bolton probably had a standout performance against the Falcons in his best game of the season. Maybe season long you could go with Chamari. If you want to say somebody else, like I'm open to others. Turk Wharton, honestly, has been pretty good, too. I think he's playing really good football. But you could probably go with Chamari, and then I think standout on defense, Nick Bolton was up there last week for sure. What about Kelsey retirement? He's got a couple years left. I don't know when that happens, to be honest with you. Maybe after this year, maybe not. Tough to know. Is Bolton extended? Justin, he's not. He's on a contract year. Yep, Turk has stepped up for sure. Oh, Leo Chanel, that's one. He's been he doesn't play as much snaps as you would think. He didn't play that much last week. I think he played like 15 snaps or maybe that was week 2. But he's not playing as much defense as you would think, although when he's in there, he's been making some great plays. And then they're using him on offense now. Like, that's kind of fun. Nick Bolton has always been good, but he's a monster this year already. Yeah, he has his pros and his cons. He lacks like elite athleticism that shows up in coverage sometimes, and then it shows up when he's trying to make a play and cut people off like on the edge. He sometimes just can't get there. It's not like an extreme knock, but it is a weakness of his. But yeah, he's really like, he's the middle linebacker for the Chiefs, man. Great at kind of lining up and organizing the defense. He's great a lot of times at reading if it's a run and getting there. I mean, that's what he did to ice the game. He made a couple big plays. In this game. Next year, would Trav retire? I mean, yeah, possibly. He's still under contract for 2 more seasons, but he could retire after this year. I don't know. I don't want to speculate just because it's impossible to know. Where do I get my coach's film? I have a connect through an NFL Scout. That's where I get mine. But you can, I think, just subscribe to, how do you get NFL Pro? Is it just through NFL Plus? I think you have access to it through NFL Plus. Helen said, I will speculate. I mean, people will speculate. It's either going to be this year, after this season, or probably after his contract is completely up. One of those two. Yo, Rob, I just saw this. Cole, do you think we get wide receiver, edge, or cornerback in the coming weeks? Hashtag Justin Tucker. Oh my gosh. Joe, Justin Tucker has not been banging 60-year-olds. He's been missing.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-year-old 60-yard field goal over off the crossbar and through to be.
Okay, do you think we get wide receiver, edge, or cornerback in the coming weeks? So I'm assuming, Rob, you're talking about before the trade deadline. I could see any of those happening. Wide receiver is intriguing. If you get a guy that you can get for very little cost, but he's a playmaker and it's a team that's not doing well at all. I brought up Amari Cooper as an example. If the Browns continued to just play horrible and he's on the last year of his deal anyway. So as the Browns ownership, you could either say, well, the season's basically done anyway. Do we just let Amari Cooper walk in free agency, or do we trade him to the Chiefs, offset a little bit of cap space, and then get a late round draft pick for him or something? Yeah, that can maybe happen. The Browns, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be that bad by the trade deadline, even though they're pretty low on my power rankings right now. A wide receiver is a possibility. Hollywood Brown getting injured sucks, and it's not ideal. And if Rice is a little bit banged up and there's any concern there about the depth, you could see the Chiefs going to get a receiver. So out of all 3, I would say receiver. Cornerback, I guess, could happen. It's just so hard to learn the system, whether you're a wide receiver or cornerback quickly. Midseason is tough. Do you think Tua is forced to retire by the NFL? I don't think so, Metal. I know he's had 5 or so concussions in the past couple of years, or 3 seasons, I guess. He didn't have any last year. I think he should retire to be safe and protect himself. Yeah, so I think if he willingly retires himself, he loses out on most of his contract that he just signed. His guarantees would void. So the NFL would have to, kind of force him to retire somehow. I don't really know how that works. I think if you're the Dolphins and just want to do right, you just pay him his money and let him walk into the sunset. I know that's easier said than done. That's not my team. They just paid him a freaking crap ton of money. But if it's at the risk of his health, what does it matter? I mean, and then you keep doing this dance with Tua where you think he's going to be your quarterback and he gets hurt, and then you're afraid to bring him back because he's had so many concussions. Right now he's on IR. He very well could return after a few weeks, but yeah, that's a tough situation. That's a really tough situation for the Dolphins. Wow, I look like I'm 3 foot tall like this. That's better. Let's see. Where are we at here? Sean with the 5. Falcon, thanks again for the 5. I think I've already addressed that one. Sub to Cole Breaks the Huddle now. If you haven't, let's support our guy. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. That might have been your first super on a live stream. If so, that's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Sean with the 5. Speaking of Bolton, I have 2 extra jerseys. We can add one for the auto drawing either on member stream or Zoom. Oh, let's go. Yeah. Appreciate that. We'll definitely give some stuff away on Thursday if you want to throw that in there. That's awesome. Very generous. Health is greater than wealth. 1000%. Where's the puppy? She's right here. She's sleeping under my desk. Yeah. She here. Promise. There's a YouTuber, Tom Grossi, who does skits. Oh, yeah. Tom's the man. He's great, man. One of the legends in the space. If there was ever a week to rest Rice, this would be it. Chiefs could probably beat the Chargers with the wide receiver 4, running back 3 squad. I do agree that this would be a week to probably rest him, but I don't think the game's going to be easy. Just because it never is. It's a divisional opponent. It's a very important game for the Chiefs, to be honest with you, because you win your division, you clinch a playoff berth, and that's very important to the Chiefs. But yes, if you're saying it from the standpoint of how banged up the Chargers are and how much that could affect their output and how well the Chiefs defense has been playing against the run, and the Chargers are a run-heavy team without their 2 starting tackles potentially and without Justin Herbert potentially, then yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. Riz King said, hell no. We need every man to be out there. We are not losing to the Chargers. That's what I'm saying. Like, division games are very important, and they're very tough. Sent you a DM on Twitter about Rice. It's pretty wild. Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. Rashee Rice is just 792 yards away from surpassing Dwayne Bowe's record of 2,017 receiving yards for the most receiving yards by a Chiefs player in his first 2 seasons. Well, that's actually insane. That's a stat right there. That's a stat. I'm very late. It's all good, no life. I'm sure you've already said, but what is your score prediction for this week? I actually haven't said. I haven't even thought on it, to be honest with you. I've been studying the Chargers and kind of taking a look at where they are, and they're pretty banged up. I like Harbaugh and what he's done, but yeah, they're coming off some really tough injuries. If you don't have Bosa, you still have Khalil Mack, you still have Asante Samuel Jr. Like, they still got some players, but you don't have Derwin James. He's suspended. If you don't have Herbert, like I don't see how the Chargers put up more than like 14, 17. And I would really like to see the Chiefs get a 30 burger, even though I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, my way too early pick, I'm going to say probably 27-17 Chiefs, but it's probably going to be a 3-point game down to the wire, possibly even overtime, because the Chiefs don't want to give us clean wins and they want our blood pressure to absolutely skyrocket. What are your score predictions? You guys got to let me know. Do I watch New Heights each week? Not every week, no. I do try to listen to them when they do like their game recap portion. So like when Kelsey talks about, well, Travis in particular, they're both Kelseys, but when Travis talks about the game recap from the previous week, I try to listen to that. Cole is the GOAT. You're the GOAT, Rodolfo. Do I play fantasy? Just Underdog Fantasy, the season-long partner of the channel. I'd love to, before we get off tonight, if you guys want to help me get some pick'ems, made for this week. Mahomes is the gimme pick this week. He's like the free gimme, half a yard. So you go with the higher on that, easy dubs, and would love to build a pick'em with you guys that we could look at during the game, so we can choose higher or lower on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players' favorite stats, and try to hit it to win up to 20x or sometimes even more. But hey, since I got you all in here, new customers, new signups using code HBTC can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Link is in the description. You can scan the QR code. We've been having fun all season long. We got some season-long drafts going on. They got weekly contests. I will say this. I had some streaks going. So if you're familiar with the streaks on Underdog, you can win up to like, what is it? Like 50x? 100x on your money? Maybe even 1,000x if you go all the way. If you get up to like 13 streaks in a row. So you basically pick a pick'em each week, and if you win that pick'em, you move on to the next round. I was on round 5, and I went with Mahomes higher than 69% completion percentage because I'm like, I don't know how Mahomes is going to do yards-wise, but he's a pretty accurate quarterback. He's going to go higher than 69% completion percentage. No, he got 67%. So I have to start back over from ground 1, from square 1. And it's because I went with Mahomes throwing for higher than 69%, which I thought would be almost a lock. Xander, thanks again for the 5, man. That's a pretty wild stat. Green, were you the b-ball coach in the OG Bel Air trailer? I was. Yes, sir. That's so funny. I was. That's funny you know that. Hey, Cole, I've heard rumors of scouting your show. That's the first I've heard. But hey, if they wanna bring me on board, I'll do it if I can just be myself and not change. I don't think they're looking at my show. Doubt it. How long will Kareem Hunt be on the practice squad? He's on the roster now, Angelo. He got signed today to the practice squad. Green said, what? Yeah, so there was a Bel Air trailer, a fan-made Bel Air trailer that happened a few years ago, and I was the basketball coach in it. What's funny is I was just there to film. I was just there to film doing BTS stuff. And, yeah, let's see. Where am I? I'm in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there he is. There's the white kid. The white basketball coach that can't play basketball in real life. That was there's my claim to fame with the fan-made Bel Air trailer. That's hilarious. Cole for Good Morning Football. Come on now. I'm with it. And Xander said, no way. Cole, an actor. I mean, not really. I just had a couple lines. You should be part of the Chiefs commentator team. Dude, Mitch is the GOAT. I would be honored. I guess it's better to have streaks on underdog than streaks on underwear. Facts. Yeah, you don't want that. That's not good. Yeah, you don't want to be the Cleveland Stains, please. Do you remember the Bolt Raven team ambassador guy you picked a fight in the locker room and called himself the team badassador? Wait, what? No, I don't remember that. When was that? Do you have any personal bets with Perna on the Broncos game? I do not, but we should make one. Maybe we could make one. What do you think? Cole greater than Yates on ESPN? I mean, dude, I kind of like Field Yates. I mean, here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of ESPN. The most I know about ESPN is, I'm just trying to think, like, I guess First Take. I don't watch a lot of it, though. I know, like, Pat McAfee show, he's on ESPN, but I was watching him before. Is Mina Kimes with ESPN? Like, I like some of her takes. I mean, that might be it. Will you ever merge the Cole Breaks the Huddle and HBTC channels? Nah, because I want to keep all the Chiefs stuff here and the NFL-wide stuff over there. Cater to all the Chiefs fans who just want Chiefs news here. NFL junkies for the other channel. It'll be incredibly sad when Mitch retires. Yeah, please don't. He's got to keep going. You did a car commercial once a long time ago. Let's go, dude. Yo, KC with the 5 for QB health. The NFL should partly buy out contracts of dangerously concussed players like Tua with forgiveness of the cap hit on the affected team. If they could figure something out like that and make that happen, I would be very happy with that idea. If they could figure out a way to make it work, even if like the team has to take a hit and the NFL has to take a hit, just for what you said, for players that are dangerously concussed, more than once, multiple times within a certain time period, it kind of varies per player. But like if you have multiple neurologists confirm, like, dog, you need to hang it up, you're in danger of long-term health issues. And a lot of players kind of are if they play for many years and take a lot of hits anyway. But if you've got multiple neurologists saying the same thing, the NFL should implement something some sort of like, buyout of your contract, even if it's a large percentage of it. So you can go off into the sunset with most of your contract or whatever. And the team could get a little bit of assistance from the NFL from a cap perspective, cap hit perspective, rather. Did you get the belt back from Perna? Yeah, that was just a joke. He just happens to have one. I've got one too. It's over here. We just both have one, so he took it from me. Do I talk about other teams? Yeah, on my other NFL channel on Cole Breaks the Huddle. Adaster said, Cole, you clobbered Chat Sports and KC. They folded up their tent, cereal boxes, and ball shavers and went home, dude. Not the ball shavers. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. Like, I don't really care about if you're out there making Chiefs content, cool. I think my biggest knock with Chat Sports is they've got multiple guys or the same guy covering multiple teams. Some of them aren't actually fans of the team. And I don't know if that's the case with Harrison, if that's the guy still running Chat Sports. I don't watch their stuff. But I can just tell with Chat Sports, they're kind of notorious of like some guys who cover the team, they're not a fan. And I understand like it's your job. And there's all the time, like in NFL media, like you're covering teams that you're not a fan of. But if I am going to go get my news on YouTube, I'm going to find a fan that loves the game, that loves the team, that really is passionate about whether they win or lose. And yeah, there might be bias a little bit because of that. I try to tell it straight, even though I'm biased, but I want a fan, a real fan of the team covering. Tua has a scheduled meeting with Goodell to discuss a concussion, but totally forgot about it for some reason. Oh, Eric, bro, what the frick, dude? I thought you were serious. Bro, what is wrong with you, dude? You got me. Esteban with the 2, live in Cali, going to first Chiefs game in LA. Ooh, let's go. That's going to be a good one. Best football channel on YouTube. Appreciate you, Cole. No, thank you. Dude, thanks for the 5. Appreciate the kind words, too. Casey, still doing great with your channel. Hope you keep growing. Seriously, how tiring is it to listen to the refs cost us the game whining? Casey, it is exhausting. That's my dog's name. So she was probably like, why did you just yell my name? Yeah, it's exhausting. Every single game. It's the refs. I mean, it's so old. That's why I don't even really talk about it in my videos. Like I do talk about it. Like when I do my game recaps, I talk about, well, here's a play that somebody, some people said that ref should have flagged, but I kind of break it down all game. Like here's a soft call that the Chiefs or the refs called on the Chiefs that shouldn't have been called. Here's a missed call here. There was a missed call there. Like I can't hit them all, or you'll probably look at like every single play. But like, dude, at the end of the day, I said it a little bit earlier, but at the end of the day, like good teams take advantage of their extra chances if officiating gives it to them, whether the call is legitimate or not, and winners find a way to win. Bad teams don't capitalize on that, and then they find a way to lose. Losers whine, complain, blame this, blame that, don't accept accountability. Winners find a way to win, and that's what the Chiefs do. The football gods have chosen the Chiefs, and they wear zebra stripes, right? Yeah, that's definitely it. That is definitely it. Dude, Troy just sent me a funny, I think I can play this. I want to show you guys this. This is crazy. So this fan comes up to a police officer and he asks this police officer if the horse, well, he says, is this okay to pet? And the officer's on a horse. Okay, so watch, he says, is this okay to pet?
Excuse me, is that okay to pet?
He pet the police officer on the leg, bro. That's insane. And the officer thought it was funny too. That's hilarious, man. Ain't no way. That's some good stuff. I've seen that a few times. Brand with the 5 gifted. Let's go, man. Thanks so much, bro. Brand, thanks for all your help too with all the graphics. Brandon FLDB with the scoreboard and the graphics, man. Really, really crushing it and holding it down. Should we give him a sneak peek of the power rankings? What do you think? Should we give him a sneak peek of the power rankings? Yeah, so Brand and FLDB, guys, they've been building this. Let me see what happens if I share this. They've been building this so we could do power rankings. Look at this. I need it to go like this. It's going to look funny because I'm not set up with the screen share to properly share this. But look, we've got power rankings, and you can like drag and drop the power rankings. The Bears would not be 3. But this is how we're kind of doing our power rankings for Cole Breaks the Huddle. The Bills are 2. Like, it's pretty fun. You can build power rankings. We've got all the logos down here. And then you'll soon be able to click stats, and it's going to have some auto-generated stats, points per game for the defense, points per game for the offense, and some various stats like that. FLDB and Brand have been building this from the ground up, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. This is the stuff that these guys have been crushing. Boy said I've become what I've hated. What happened? Yeah, we're dropping our power rankings video tomorrow. I don't really feel like there's anything super controversial in our power rankings video. Power rankings are so hard. Like, you're like, oh, this team should be here. And it's like, well, wait a second. This team just won, and they beat a team that's better than them. It's like, geez Louise. Power rankings are pretty difficult. We argued over it for an hour today. Why can't you be at a press conference? Can you try? I'd love to hear you ask the questions instead of the regulars. Yeah, so only credentialed media can go to the pressers, and I don't have any way to get credentialed. I don't know. I have no idea what the Chiefs think of me, to be honest. Like, I'm just a fan and report on my team as fairly as I see it, right? But normally you're only getting in there if you're credentialed with The Athletic. I think some guys are kind of grandfathered in that have been there for a while. So, or maybe you're credentialed with ESPN, or some bigger conglomerate like that. I can't get in. Maybe one day. Chilling here with the best Chiefs commentator other than Mitch, the GOAT, Cole, a fellow KC member. Hope he doesn't retire, and enjoying some nice coffee and relaxing. Metal Rocker, let's freaking go, man. Hey, we've got the Zoom call Thursday night. Is your wedding ring a smart ring? It's not a smart ring. It's just like a rubber ring or something, elastic ring. I used to wear my metal one, and I got it caught one day. It didn't like severely hurt my finger, but I got it caught on something and it yanked, and it freaked me out. So we switched rings after that, and it's way more comfortable. Hey, Cole, bet Perna if the Chiefs win, you get to host That's Good Broncos for one episode. What do you think? And he could host a live stream on here. That'd actually be pretty funny. That's so funny. What happened to Kylie and Talking Chiefs and Food? Yeah, I just did way too many live streams last year. So I've actually cut back a lot. Like, I don't even do my Friday live streams really during the season right now. I'm not doing Wednesday live streams. I'm trying to just work on how many hours I'm working during the season, because it's already a lot. I'm working probably like, I don't know, 55, 60, sometimes more a week already, and I really want to see my family, so I just kind of cut back on the streams. What's your formula for power rankings? Honestly, David, I don't have like a huge, like, specific formula. I just basically look at the teams, I look at who they played, and we already have them placed. So like, I have my power rankings from last week, and then I look at who they won or lost against, and then you kind of weigh it based on how the other teams did. And yeah, it's not like an exact rocket science, but me and Troy just kind of argue, not like argue, but we kind of go back and forth, and we're like, oh, I feel like this team should be here based on this, and we kind of push back, and then we come up with the rankings. Backing off a little is smart. Yeah, I had to do it, man. Had to. I mean, I want to be in this for the long haul with y'all, so I got to work on my health too, and I just had to cut back a little bit on just the hours that I was streaming. He broke his finger in a drunken stupor? Jimmy Fallon did with his wedding ring? That's not good at all. What the heck? I like your shirt. Oh, thanks. Mahomes Kelsey, 2024. I got this from breakingt.com/HBTC, explanation point. Breaking T should get you the link. I'm an affiliate there. He married Danny. Seems pretty smart. That's true. That was a smart thing I did. Have Verderam sneak you into the press conference. No one would know. I don't think like people would be like, oh my gosh, it's the HBTC guy, but I guarantee you some of them would be like, why is this YouTuber in here? For sure, some of the beat reporters. Why is the YouTube kid in here? What's he doing in there? Did any of them... Yeah, they have women's shirts. Yes, they do. Where does your beard line start? What? I kind of trim it, dude. So the beard line starts here. I trim it. I don't like the neck beards. So I keep this trimmed here all the way under. I'm here late. Sorry. What's up? What's up, Marcus? How are you, man? Travis with the 10. Hey, Cole. Hollywood Brown had a Twitch stream the other day, and I went on and commented saying, I hope he's back in time to win the Super Bowl. And he replied saying he will be back. It gave me hope. Yeah. I mean, in a great case scenario, he's back in January, you know, and the Chiefs are playing in the playoffs. So let's go. You had something like that in 1972, pre-computer, pre-electronic calculator. Wait, what, David? ZZ Top? Kinda. Cole, are you cracking any Tank 7s on streams this year? What's up, Hank? I had one on Saturday. Honestly, during my streams, I've been trying not to drink, and there's no real reason behind it other than I have been cutting back how much I drink. I only drink a couple a week now at the most, but I like to call games with a really sharp mind. So during the game streams, I feel like if I drink, I just get a little... I treat it like work. You know, I'm working right now. I'm working, even though I could have a beer. I could have a beer during the games. I mean, maybe during a game or two, I'll have a beer with you guys for sure. But I like to have a sharp mind and be able to call the game like as best as I can. I kind of been doing it that way. Marcus with the gifted. Appreciate that. Let's go. Marcus the legend. How's the online performance so far this year? Oh, the message got retracted. Online performance, just from like an analytics perspective, yeah, it's good. I've been like overall less views. I do less YouTube shorts now, but I've been doing more long form videos. So yeah, it's been pretty solid. We've been doing some pretty good numbers. It's not all about the numbers, but like the average viewership is just going up. And then we've been doing the NFL wide channel too. So definitely been good. That's a campaign I could get behind. How fun of a president and VP would Patrick and Travis be? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they would be the most ideal candidates to run the country, but I would vote for them. I would vote for him for sure. Marcus with another gifted. Cole, we need another HBTC get-together at Boulevard. I would love to do that. It was kind of a lot to put that together, but I would love to do another one. OKC Lightning and Thunderland said, you mentioned before you may go to the Denver game. Are you going to that? Yes, I am going to the Denver game on November 10th. It's a noon game. I'm probably going to have Alex, my editor. So Alex, FLDB, and maybe Brand. Well, we're going to figure it out. Co-host a stream and kind of call the game together. And so there will be a live stream here, but I'm going to be at the game. And I'm going to try to get like I normally don't have service there, so I don't know if I can get like, what's Elon Musk's satellite service? I'm spacing, what is that? Whatever that service is, like, I want to get something. Yeah, Starlink. Can I get something to have service at the game? Because I would love to be able to, like, call in and say hi or something. Yeah, Starlink. Everybody's saying Starlink. Okay, yeah, Starlink. I wonder if that would help. See you there? Heck yeah, I'm going to go. Which game are you going to? The Chiefs-Broncos noon game, November 10th. He's going to house it? Please. Come on now. He's the real deal. Man of Steel. How many yards this Sunday for him? Dude, I wish I could tell you. I feel like Kareem Hunt getting signed to the active roster throws a little bit of a wrench in it for me because I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Bo Nix good or were the Bucks bad? Well, the Bucks were like 8th on my power rankings last week. They definitely dropped, but I think they played good. Yeah, they played pretty good football. I think it's a good starting point for Bo Nix, and he needs more time, but yeah. How many ounces can you lift with those guns? Not enough. Not enough, man. I've had a couple shoulder surgeries, so. Do I have any fingernails left? No. Out of nervous habit, I bite my fingernails, which is not good. I hope Hunt gets some yards, not a lot because he's just coming back. Yeah, work him in, ramp him up. I like that. I do like that. FLDB with the 22-17. Forgot to super chat the final score on Sunday night, so doing it now. Keep it up, bud. Hello, everyone. FLDB, the legend. Let's go. The scoreboard, holding it down, building it from the ground up. Legend OKC with the gifted as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Cole Logan asked how you feel about Worthy. What, did I miss something? What did I miss? How I feel about Worthy so far? Yeah, he's been okay. They're working him in. They're targeting him here or there. I think there are some of the deep passes Mahomes targeted him on. He could have maybe bodied his way a little bit more physical, but Mahomes could have been better with where he was placing the ball. He's kind of been off from time to time this season, and we've been seeing that. Yeah, I mean, Worthy's been okay. You've got to continue just to get better as a rookie, and he will. So they've been getting him involved in some other passing stuff too, other than just the deep ball. And yeah, I think the Hollywood injury kind of threw a wrench in a lot of the offensive game plans, and they're still kind of working out the kinks. Juju is on the come up. So I am excited, and I'm pretty confident Worthy will get more involved here in the near future. Brand with the 5. My sister and I will be at the November game too. So maybe FLDB, Alex, and Troy on the stream. Oh yeah. Brand, if you're gonna be at the game, that's not gonna happen. Ooh, Troy on the stream. That would be interesting. Get Troy on there to call the game. Worthy's overrunning the routes. That could happen. There's a few things that could be happening with that. I'm not a film guy, even though I watch the film. I'm looking at it from a fan perspective and what I see. And then I'll read stuff from like Seth, Kaiser, and others who know a lot more ball and kind of get the vibes. But yeah, there's a few different reasons why there's been a lack of production with the deep ball. You're a little disappointed with Worthy so far? Yeah, I mean, give him time. Give him time. Love how Burrowhead is 0-3. Heck yeah. Did you see PETA doesn't like Carson because he owns an alligator? I mean, I saw like a loose report about that, but I didn't read into it. I would assume they don't like that because some would argue that they're not really meant to be pets. And if you have to tape their mouth shut, that's probably case in point why they're not meant to be a pet. But I'm if it's legal, I don't really, like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's illegally harboring an animal that you're not supposed to. So he's within his rights, and he's had him for years, so I'm not tripping about it, personally. Best running back to start in fantasy week 4, like for the Chiefs? Dude, I don't know. I would be nervous for this game. W. Crocky J, heck yeah, man. How do I feel about Samaje Perine? Yeah, I mean, you needed the running back depth. Clyde Edwards-Helaire can come back after week 4, potentially. They can get him off the NFI. You subscribe to Sizer's Substack? Oh, it's so good. We're doing an interview tomorrow. We're going to talk about some Mahomes stuff tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. Sorry, I just got very thirsty all of a sudden. Rice did not have this much production this time last year, right? No way. No, he's second in receiving yards in the entire NFL. They didn't really start getting him more heavily involved until like week 6, week 7 last year. And then he really started climbing. But nah, I think he's had 3 straight games of 100 yards, or very close to 3 straight games of 100 plus yards receiving. What's up with Clyde? I feel bad for him. Yeah, I mean, he's just having some major PTSD flare-ups. I cannot relate at all, but it does not sound fun. He was involved in an attempted robbery when he was in college. Somebody jumped in the back of a pickup truck that he was sitting in the passenger seat in when they were trying to sell something. The dude hopped in, pulled a gun. Clyde's teammate, who was in the driver's seat, pulled his own gun, shot, and took care of the threat that was in the back seat, and Clyde was in the passenger seat. So he's already dealing with that. And then I think the parade shooting that happened after the Super Bowl rally, I think that got to him and flared some stuff up. And I can't claim to relate to any of that, but it doesn't sound like he's, it's fun. He's around, though. He's around, and Andy Reid said that they could potentially look into bringing him back after week 4, but he kind of left it very open-ended when asked about it. Oh, yeah, Derwin James' suspension just reported as upheld. Oh, really? Where do I see that? I'm going to try to find it. What does that even mean? So is it because he appealed it? Is this what, am I reading this right? So Derwin James's 1-game suspension has been upheld. I think that means he tried to appeal it and they denied the appeal. Is that what I'm reading? Meaning the suspension is happening? That's what that means, right? Does somebody smarter than me answer that? Yep. Okay, good. Good in the sense of like, if he deserved the suspension, he deserved the suspension. Like, I kind of wish it wasn't against the Chiefs. Like, I wish it wasn't this game, because then you've got the people literally, oh, the NFL's doing it because he's playing the Chiefs. It's like, come on, dude. How about he doesn't try to headhunt? How about that? It's not the Chiefs' fault. They weren't even there. You know, like, come on, dude. Yo, Creative Vertical with the 17 months. Let's go, man. My son Louie and I watch you. He's turning 6 tomorrow. I appreciate that your football content can exist without beer. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I mean, I do like a good beer, but I do try to, I don't know. I don't try to act a fool. And then, yeah, during a lot of these streams, like, it's late. Like, I don't like to drink late at night anyway. It affects my sleep. And then during the games, I just want to be sharp-minded and call the game. I mean, think about any of the guys calling games on football days. Like, if you work for a broadcast, you're not drinking. So that's kind of how I've been approaching it, even though I love a good Tank 7. James suspended for powerbombing Kelsey. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, I did see that, Ian. I guess Brett Favre has Parkinson's disease. And he just announced that today, I think. And Brett Favre's kind of a polarizing guy because of some of the stuff that's happened with him in recent years. Like, he's not perfect, but it is a bummer to hear that of anybody really getting diagnosed with that stuff, and it, you know, sometimes it can affect them pretty badly. So you do hate to hear that. Kelsey usually eats against the Chargers. I hope so. How long will the stream be? This one? It's 9:40. I mean, I'll probably get off soonish. We got some time though. Are you available on Cameo? Or are you available for corporate events? I haven't done any corporate events, and I'm not on Cameo. But isn't Cameo like the website where you can like do videos for people, like custom videos of like, hello, happy birthday. You could troll people, stuff like that. There's a lot of people on it. I've never really considered doing it. It'll kind of be fun. We need a miracle in Parkinson's research. Yeah, because it's not curable, right? I'm speaking way out of my depth, so I don't want to speak too much into it. Can you buy Tank 7 in single bottle? Yeah, you can get a single bottle. Cole, I get it. I love beer, but I also realize it doesn't really benefit me anyway if I drink it or not. Yeah, there's no benefits. I mean, you could argue there's some slight benefits from like very limited amounts. Like, I don't know how true the studies are on wine and heart health and stuff like that. Maybe there is a little bit of benefit. I'm just kind of I'm fine with it. I'm kind of in moderation type of guy. Same with the food you eat, the stuff you consume. In moderation, like try your best to take care of your body and your health for your family and your friends. You know, it's kind of where I'm at. I got kids, I got daughters, and want to be here for them as long as I can. So I want to try to take care of myself. Tea greater than beer? I mean, I like beer a lot, but tea is good. I drink too much coffee. I do need to probably cut down on the coffee if we're talking moderation. Did you ever own Chinese throwing stars? No, but I have bow staff, nunchucks. I got some sais or whatever they are, like that Daredevil used. I got some of those. Do I have any opinion on Taylor Swift? No, I mean, not really. Happy for her and Trav, and I try to just stay out of their business, to be honest. Any HBTC beard products coming? Ooh, that would be fire, Conrad. A beard care video? Dude, do a members only beard care video. I don't have any beard products coming, but that would be fantastic. Hashtag drink responsibly. Exactly. You just want to try it one time? Yeah, get a bottle of Tank 7, or if you come to Kansas City, even better, get it on draft. Tank 7 on draft is literally liquid gold. Xander with the 5. Adam Schefter just posted that Derwin James is officially out on Sunday because of his suspension. I saw that. Yeah, because they tried to appeal it. Yeah, they tried to appeal it. Do you drink in front of your kids? Yeah, I'll have a beer in front of my kids. Like, I don't want to hide anything from them, but they ask about it. I'm like, well, this is alcohol, and once you're old enough, you can make a decision if you want to drink it. They're kind of young, so it's just like it's adult drinks, and when you're older, you can make a decision if you want to drink or not. We just I don't try to hide anything from my kids, really. Just try to teach them in the moment of why they should or shouldn't be doing something. How about that, Beard? Let's go. Do you think Mahomes will have a statement game anytime soon and contend for a third MVP? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the MVP stuff right now. Like, all you can do is take it a week at a time. I still think on a good day, he's better than basically anybody else in the league. He has been playing a bit off. A statement game anytime soon would be fantastic. It would be a great morale and confidence booster, I think, for the offense also. Some of the limited explosive plays, though, it's intentionally done via play calling and schemes. They've been effective at it. They've been matriculating the ball down the field like pretty freaking effectively. Like last week against the Falcons, if Mahomes doesn't throw a pick in the end zone and they score one touchdown outside of one of those field goals in the red zone, I mean, you're looking at like a 12, 14, 16 point game at the end, and it's not close. So it's just the little things. It's a play here or a play there, and just got to execute a little bit at a higher level. Red zone issue is all, yeah, I mean, that and kind of like just don't turn the ball over. I think Mahomes has thrown 4 picks. Carson Steele has had a fumble. You gotta limit that. Red zone is disastrous. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest disaster in the red zone is throwing a pick. If you got to get 3, okay, but I would much prefer 7. So, yeah, disaster is throwing picks in the red zone, and that happened last week. You might go to a Chiefs game at Arrowhead? Oh, you should. It's a good time. Mahomes wins MVP when we go undefeated this season. Okay, I like that a lot. Do you think the Chiefs will get a 3-peat? I think so. I mean, I hope so. It's really hard to get there, but all you can do is take it one at a time. I mean, the Chiefs are, if they're not the 1 seed in the AFC, they're very close. All you got to do is take it 1 week at a time and keep winning, baby. Don't sleep on Juju. Yeah, he played like 40-something snaps, Jay Hunt, and I did mention that briefly when I was talking about the offense. Like, I'm glad they got Juju back, and he had a touchdown pass last week, and is slowly being ramped up as well, which is great. I just think if Rice is banged up in any real capacity, like with Hollywood also out, and Kelsey, I don't know what's going on there. He's being doubled a lot. He's missed some connects with Mahomes. Mahomes has missed some connects with him, vice versa. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal to have Hollywood out and Rice banged up as well. So hopefully Rice is okay. But I am glad they went and got Juju, for sure. Don't get that twisted. Could we sneak on the QB sneak on the 1 yard line in the red zone if they bring out Carson Wentz? Yes. Is Kareem Hunt playing against the Chargers? Well, he signed to the 53-man roster, so potentially, yes, sir. You need to trademark "Let's go, let's freaking go" before I do. Oh, no. I hate when people call me bandwagon fan. Been a Chiefs fan for 10 years. I've felt pain. Ooh, 10 years? 2023. I mean, if you were like that 2012 season was really bad. Grab McCole Hardman. Well, I mean, hey, you got him. You got him at least, right? Yeah, people on Twitter, they kind of say that to me because I started my Twitter in 2021. That's when I started my YouTube channel, but I've been a Chiefs fan forever. I mean, you could go to my other Twitter account, my DeRuse one that I used to use, and you could see, like, if you go back to my responses, you could see me in the comments asking for Sutton to get fired. Like, I've been in there. I wasn't like super vocal. I didn't have a platform, which I have a platform now. I didn't ask for the platform, and I have it now. So I think people scrutinize more about what I say and stuff like that. But like, I had thoughts and opinions years ago too. But I was probably more chill about it overall. Is Kelsey done? No, he's under contract for a couple more years. Are both your parents redheaded? My mom is Irish. She is. 2012. Yeah, I can't talk. 2012. What? 2012 season was god awful. Yeah, it ended in horrific fashion. Cole, seeing Rice get up slow during the last game, is it time to add a free agent like Michael Thomas? I think maybe you're more looking for a wide receiver trade before the deadline, is what I would be thinking. I mean, there's no real... I don't know if there's any real free agents that are big needle movers, even though if you wanted to go get one, you could. If you were Brett Veach for a day, what would you do? I mean, I might route myself some money. Some salary cap relief fund for HBTC. Just kidding. What would I do? I would definitely restructure Mahomes' contract and probably make a couple roster moves. Get some freed up cap space and make some roster moves. You would fire Bob Sutton. We are not talking Michael Thomas. Have you not seen his seasons? That would be a waste of it. Well, I think isn't Michael Thomas a free agent? Or am I wrong? Is he still under contract? I thought he was a free agent. What's the secret to Arrowhead parking? You're going to have to ask somebody else. Every time I go, I just park way away and then walk. That's all I got. Lifetime front row tickets to every game? Ooh. If you were Brett Veach for a day? Hey, Cole DeRuse. Lifetime front row 50-yard line tickets. That sounds great. Time to unleash Sky Moore. Hey, now you're talking. I think we're good on receivers. Worthy just needs to learn the system a bit more, and Mahomes needs to lock in. Yeah, I mean, I'm not extremely concerned as long as Rice holds up. I'm not concerned. I mean, I'm bummed about Hollywood because he would have helped. Okay, we have a lot of notifications on Twitter. What's going on? No, we're good. We're good. Would you stop streaming on this channel if you had tickets for life? No, I was just kind of talking about the idea of free tickets for life because somebody said it. I mean, I love what I do for a living. I would like to not stop. I think if I had my way, I would love to call the game from Arrowhead. Give me some broadcaster seats. And let's dual stream from the game. Yeah, exactly, Pepe. Dual stream from the game. We don't know if Herbert is out Sunday or not yet. It's probably going to be closer to a game time decision. Yeah, Sherbert. Justin Sherbert. Yeah, he's not 100% regardless. Yeah, Amari Cooper would be amazing. They could make cap space for it for sure if they need to. Last time you were at Arrowhead, it took me over an hour to get out of parking. Sat there for 50 minutes. You know what's funny? When I went, it took 10 minutes. Yeah, once you start actually get going, it's not that long. Oh, you had a U-turn and go the other way. When I was at the AFC Championship game that the Bengals beat the Chiefs at, I was there for that game. I remember I was like waiting in line forever, and then I finally just backed up and went the other way, like down this road that made no sense to go down. And I got like right out. So sometimes you just got to go against the flow of traffic. Yeah, we put Pop on IR. We did last week. MVS is still with Buffalo. Yep. If you weren't a Chiefs fan, what team would you root for? I don't know, because I've been a Chiefs fan my entire life. You know, my great-grandparents have been Chiefs fans. My grandparents were Chiefs fans, and then my parents are Chiefs fans. How is MVS doing in Buffalo? You want to know? I'll tell you right now. Here we go. Look at it with me. Receiving leaders. MVS has 2 catches for 26 yards. So from a production standpoint, he is pass catcher number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Although I'm reading pass, so I'm talking tight ends and running backs as well. 2 catches for 26 yards, MVS. If you can't get Troy, I'll come through and hold it down, Cole. Elgin, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Cole, what YouTube sports channel you follow before starting your own YouTube? I mean, I for Chiefs stuff, it was Arrowhead Addict quite a bit. Was probably one of my main ones. Pre and post game stuff. I listened to them. A little bit of RGR. And then I listened to just a lot of like I was doing more videography stuff for YouTube or before YouTube. So I was doing like videography, like tech review channels. And then I followed a lot of gaming, Call of Duty stuff too. Talk is Chiefs. Mother, what? Trade for Jalen Hyatt from the Giants. Veach has a history trading there. He's young, inexpensive. Would just cost draft capital. They need picks, and he hasn't been productive. Oh, gosh, dude. I mean, I don't hate the idea. I think what I'm saying, gosh, to, is another receiver who is 6 foot and 180 pounds. I'm not opposed to it, though. He wouldn't cost much at all. He runs a 4.4 40. So why get him? Well, one thought behind that is like, if you went to get somebody like that, Hyatt's 40-yard dash top, or his 40-yard dash top speed was 24.29 miles per hour, the third fastest of the 208 players tracked at the combine. He also has a 40-inch vertical jump. He's an athletic guy. The thing about the wide receiver room is like McColl's on a 1-year deal. Hollywood's on a 1-year deal. Justin Watson's on the last year of his 2-year deal. Sky has a year after this left. That's it. I don't know how many years, like he was drafted in what, 2023? Like Tony's gone now. You don't have a lot of guys locked up for years outside of Rice and Worthy. So from a longevity standpoint, just looking at the room, it's not necessarily bad to go get somebody like that. Optimistic said I drink root beer minus a root. I don't really drink soda, no. Your great-grandparents? My great-grandparents. I mean, I don't know if my great-grandparents were Chiefs fans before they moved to KC or not, but like my grandma has lived in KC, and then my great-grandparents lived in KC as well. John Gruden. Yeah, I saw John Gruden's YouTube channel. Yeah, I've got young parents, so I'm 32, and my parents are only, I think my mom's like 51, and my dad's 52. They had me pretty young. We had a bunch of Chiefs podcasts, but you're the only one who will stay and connect. Oh, thanks, man. I mean, other guys do Q&As, I think, right? I think All Chiefed Up does. Who else? RGR does it. Dude, I met freaking Dan Harms, guys, over the weekend from RGR. Did you guys see that? I met Dan Harms over the weekend. I was in Lee Summit, where I live. I was at Target, and Dan Harms messaged me on Instagram or on Twitter. I'm trying to find the picture. So while I'm talking, he said, "Hey man, not to be weird, but are you at Target?" He's like, "I thought I recognized you." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm at Target." And so I ended up going in and meeting him, his wife, and his daughter. I'm trying to find the picture. We had a game since then, so I tweeted a lot. Oh, we're getting close. Oh my gosh, Cole. You need to get off Twitter, man. Well, maybe it's faster to find it on my freaking phone. But yeah, it was great meeting him, man. And his daughter, his wife. Oh, here we go. Jeez Louise, took a minute. Dan Harms from RTR met him at Target, of all places. That guy's 6'5". He said 6'4.5". I was like, nah, you're 6'5". So it was awesome meeting him and getting to talk for a second. I didn't hold him up for too long because they were out as a family. Yeah, but it was really good to meet him. Keep going. You're the best. Thank you, Yoda. I appreciate you. My mom was 16 when she got pregnant, and my dad was 18. That's young. Yes, sir. My mom was 17, and my dad was 18 or 16 and 17. It was something like that. Note to self, don't meet Dan in real life. Yeah, he's tall. Twitter is a new Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is Not good. Yo, what's up, Acid? The comments on Facebook are so bad. Like, it's just all negative. Like any video I post, not all of it, but like a lot of it. It's pretty negative. I'm like, geez Louise, a bunch of negative Nancys over here. Sorry if your name's Nancy, just saying. Ravens need a second wide receiver. Like a crackhead needs crack, but that's that Navy offense. They'd use that wide receiver just to block. You can barely see me over your table. Brand, how tall are you again? We were going to get you a step stool. Somebody gave money for that step stool. Something's going on behind the scenes with Mahomes and Kelsey. Glad they're respecting each other. I don't think there's anything going on. Like, it's not to do with any of the political stuff, that's for sure. They've known their political leanings for a long time. I don't think they care. I don't think there's anything going on that's serious. Like, that's why Mahomes isn't targeting Kelsey or anything weird like that. Someone said, get that man a stool, and super chatted $40. I'm 5'7". Insane. Are the September champion Bills peaking too soon again? Hey, they are looking good. Yeah, they are definitely looking good. They might be peaking too soon, though. Digging your decor, what do you use to display your jerseys? Honestly, 24-inch by 24-inch acoustic panels. So the jerseys aren't covered. They're not protected, which it's not good. You're not supposed to do that, but that's what I did. They're just hanging there, exposed to the elements. I mean, it's my basement. I don't really do much down here other than record videos, so it's probably fine. I do have a Mahomes jersey over here that's encased and protected, though. So I got that one at least. How'd you feel when you... Let me see. Hinata said, how did you feel when they added you as that Swiftie political stuff? Oh, bro, I posted that and muted it. And then I went back later and it had 4,000 likes and like 250,000 views. Then ML Football said, according to how about those Chiefs, Swifties are blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I didn't say nothing about Swifties. I muted that conversation too. I'm like, I did not use the phrase Swifties. I did not accuse Swifties. I just said people. Because I don't really know unless somebody has like a Taylor Swift photo if they're a Swiftie. Like, how am I supposed to know that? So I didn't assume that's who it was. Yeah, Destiny, go look. It's insane. Meaning you, Dan, and Matt Verderam would be my Chiefs content trifecta? Ooh, let's go. Chandra said 5'2", F you. Oh, my wife is 5'4". That's funny. How many catches do you think Kelsey will get by the end of the season? I wish I knew, Sydney. It could be career lows, but I hope it trends in an upward what do I want to say? And just an upward direction. I was going to say projection. Am I neutral when I come to political stuff? Yeah, I'm pretty much I'm like libertarian kind of in a lot of my stances. And it's just, if people are obeying the law, I don't really care. Just like live and leave them alone. Let them make their own decisions for themselves. Obviously, you can't apply that to everything. I get it, but I have friends that vote blue. I have friends that vote red. I've talked with friends that I disagree with on certain stances. I've talked with people I'm not necessarily friends with that I don't agree with on certain stances. And it's probably always better to do it off of social media. It's so divisive. And I don't talk about it on the channel because we're pretty much here to escape all that. But, if we come across stuff that's divisive or controversial, like I try to talk through it as balanced as I can, like the Harrison Butker stuff. We talk through that. We talk through what people didn't like, what people did like. And, we've talked through all kinds of stuff on this channel when it comes to that. But I do kind of pride myself to an extent, not like in a super prideful way, but just in being a place that you guys can come to that we don't have to worry about all the off the field, like political divisive stuff. We just talk Chiefs, we talk football. And sometimes that somebody said like there's no football without politics. I mean, okay. I don't avoid it. I don't ignore it. I do talk about it if I feel like I need to. I'm not naive in that regard, but you guys don't always need to know my thoughts. You don't always need to care. And so I just talk Chiefs. I talk Chiefs, talk about the team, talk about news around the team, and try to call it good there. This is the escape from that stuff. Heck yeah, Pimo. That's exactly it. Cole, if Mahomes is Josh's dad, is Lamar's grandson, I mean, it's kind of a dysfunctional family, but that's about how it gets. Yeah, that's about it. How do I get to your store? Like merch store? Exclamation point merch or link is in the description. I think Steele's going to have a great game against the Chargers. I hope so, Dakota. I hope so. Well, guys, I appreciate you so much for hanging out. It's 10:05. I'm going to feed the dog. What, you want to see the dog? Hey, Casey, you hungry? Casey, you hungry? You want some food? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. You hungry? Are you hungry? Hey, say hi to everybody. Hi, guys. It's Casey. Want some food? Yeah. It's time for dinner, huh? Here, get down. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out. Go Chiefs. I don't know that I'll stream this Friday, but I'll definitely be back for the game. We will be around, though, for the members-only stream on Thursday. Members-only stream and Zoom call during Thursday Night Football. I'll post those here soon in the membership tab and on Discord. Thanks again for everybody, man. The mods holding it down, people in chat, the dono bombs, the memberships, or just being here and hanging out and listening to Chiefs news. It's not lost on me that I get to do this for a living, and it means the world to me that you guys would hang out. We had over 700 in chat most of the night, so it means a ton to me. Appreciate you guys, and we will be back soon to watch the Chiefs, hopefully, most likely, be 4-0, one of the top seeds once again in the AFC as they chase the three-peat. So until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about those Chiefs?